Okay, today what we're going to make is a nice hearty soup. We're on the East Coast and we have a winter storm coming in, so nothing like a nice bowl of hot, hearty soup. A little history about this recipe. Sometimes when we go out, we're served a particular dish and we really like it, so we come home and we try and duplicate that, and that's what we're doing with this one. We were at the Olive Garden and they have this soup there called Zuppa Toscana, and it's a sausage and potato based soup, and it's really delicious. So we came home and I did some research, and based on all my research, this is what I've come up with, and we get it pretty close. The first thing we have to do is prepare the sausage. Now it's a spicy soup, so I purchased a hot Italian sausage and then a mild one. Now if you like the soup real spicy, you could put the two hots in. Crystal doesn't like too much spice, so I have one mild. If you really don't care for real spicy, you could just easily use two mild Italian sausages. So I'm going to bake these in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. The other ingredients that we're going to be using are potatoes. We're going to slice them up small and fine bite-sized pieces.
How many potatoes is that?
It's a lot of small ones.
Okay.
If we had the bigger ones at the store, that would work as well. And probably about 4 to 6 real big potatoes, but since these are small, I'm going to make a big pot so we have leftover.
Okay.
2 onions, garlic, a lot of kale.
Kale.
Heavy cream. Gonna make some chicken bouillon and bacon bits.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts. I like the bacon bits.
Line them up. The oven is preheated.
And it's at 350, is it?
Yep. Okay. I'll come back in 30 minutes. And see all those juices?
Oh, wow.
So it's cooked nice. So what we're going to do is bring it over here. And we're going to put it down and let it cool off. And while that's cool, I'm going to do some of the prep work on the vegetables. I'm going to cut up the potatoes, onions, and kale. Okay, before I do the prep work on the vegetables, we're going to put about 3 quarts of water in the pot. Now, again, I'm making a really big pot, and I'll have all the ingredients, I guess,
in the description. Yeah, I'll put them in the description of the video.
Good. And it'll probably be scaled down from what I'm doing here today. So don't focus really on the measurements too much.
So you heat it on high. Okay.
Oh, you did a spin there, didn't you? We're going to put in chicken bouillon cubes.
How many are there? What, 2, 4, 6, 8?
Yep, 8 bouillon cubes.
Weiler's chicken cubes. Hey, I'd want to know if I was making this. See, this is good. You know everything, but what's good is I know nothing. So between the two of us, they'll know everything. He got new mitts for y'all. He saw the video that that I taped and how dirty our mitts were. So look at all the pretty mitts he got just for you guys.
Okay, we'll start with the potatoes first. The goal here is going to be to cut them in what's going to appear to be bite-sized pieces. And you want to get them kind of thin. So you could see like this would be a nice bite-sized piece for a soup that you want to get on a spoon. That's time for the onion. So we're going to chop this. And you notice on the potatoes, we didn't peel them. The recipe calls for it to have the skin on. Okay, that's about 4 cloves of garlic. Water and broth is boiling, so now we could go ahead and add all the potatoes, and onions, and garlic. And just be careful as you put it in. And we're going to cook this about 10-15 minutes until the potatoes are just slightly done. We don't want them to get mushy. We want them to be just a little on the soft side. Okay, now while this is cooking, we'll go and cut up the sausage that has cooled down. Okay, now that the sausage is cooled off, I'm going to start cutting it up. And when I do this, I don't like the perfect slices. I sort of like cut and push a little because it's like a little better texture when it's ripped. It seems how the Olive Garden does it. Now, one thing I didn't care for with the Olive Garden recipe was we were there not too long ago with some coworkers, and you know they have that soup and salad lunch. And this one coworker of mine, she got the soup and salad, and this was the soup she got, and it was unlimited, so they'll bring you, you know, as many bowls as you want. She got her first bowl, and it was pretty much all liquid with a few things of kale, and it was just like so disappointing. And I thought, boy, you know.
Yeah, I'd have been like, I want my sausage.
Yeah. So when I make this, I like to make it, like I said, really hearty. So I put a lot of stuff in.
While he's doing that, let me tell you, the Easy Italian had a great idea today when he came home from work. We're gonna do, this is the beginning of the restaurant series because he has a lot of really good recipes for different restaurants. And they're definitely some of my favorite things that he makes. The highlight being Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches. He's gonna make those, and what else? The Fridays, chicken and cheese.
Yeah, it's a chicken, potato, vegetable, cheese dish.
Oh yeah, that was. I used to always order it at Fridays, and one day he decided to make it. You got the recipe and you made it. I think the Chick-fil-A one is a good one to show.
Yeah, that's a really easy one to make, and you know,
so good. I love Chick-fil-A.
In a pinch, you could just make it at home, and if you don't feel like going out, we're gonna take the entire jar.
Ooh, the whole jar?
The whole jar. Now, if you're making less, you're only going to put half in. You know, if you want. I think we're going to half the recipe. Mm-hmm. So it'll be half of this, but we're going to put the whole thing.
Ooh, that's a lot of bacon bits.
Okay, now we're going to add the sausage and bacon. And we'll stir that up.
That's very hearty.
Yep, see how nice and thick that is?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to turn it down, and we're going to simmer.
Because it was on...
It was on high.
It was on high, okay.
Okay.
And now it's going down to medium-low?
Uh-huh, and we'll simmer. And we'll start chopping up the kale. Okay, now we'll take the kale, and we don't want a stem, so we'll just take the leaves and we'll chop them up again in small, manageable chunks. Just think of it, you would want it to fit on a spoon. Okay, now we'll salt and pepper to taste. Maybe a little more. Not too much, just a little. And about that much. And then we're going to get ready for the final step. Now this only took like a half hour to put together. So it doesn't take a lot of time. You just have to cook the sausage beforehand for, a half hour. So in under an hour, you should be able to make the whole pot. Okay, the final two steps. We're going to take the kale that we cut up and put it in. Looks like a lot, but once you get it in there and mix it around, it'll go down, a bit. It'll fit in there nicely. Okay, now the final step. We're going to add our cream. Based on the amount of broth and water we put in, we'll put in about 2 cups of cream.
Cups. I didn't even know there was cream in this. Wow.
Oh yeah, final step. This is what gives it that unique and distinct color. And you see how it looks just like it?
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it'll taste just like it too. Now, when you taste it, if it's not spicy enough, you could put the crushed red pepper in. And it's probably better to try and make it a little milder at first, because if you make it with the really hot Italian sausage to start, you really can't do anything about it then at the end. But you could always make it hotter. Okay, so this is it.
So there it is, the finished soup and the bread. Back to the soup. Looks really good. So we're gonna eat now. Thanks for watching. The Easy Italian says goodbye.
No, I don't know about that name.